My name is Kathy B. And again, I'm excited you guys are on. It's called Dream Big Saturdays. And I want you to bring your big dream, is what we're talking about. And since you did show up and you are on, before we leave this meeting, if one of you would like to present in the next meeting, then I'll have that opened up at the end, because that's the best way to do this, and it encourages people to come on and to participate and be a part of this. But I want to say hi to everyone. In fact, before we get started, if everybody will just say who you are and what your company is. And Judy, we'll start with you.
Thanks. My name is Judy Feldhausen, and my company is the Cardio Wellness Group. That's my full-time business. I've got some other things that I do also, but Cardio Wellness Group.
Thank you. And we are recording. I wanted to let you guys know if it's okay with everybody. And if you want to say some bad words, I do edit. I could edit. Tony, you're next on the slice.
My name is Tony Bodo. I run a company, very creative name, Tony Bodo International. It's a customer experience consulting company.
And then we'll go to Dennis.
I am Reverend Dennis Graham, and I am CEO of Eco Blocks Incorporated.
And then we'll go to Jenny.
Give me a second. Guinea Jolly takes some time to spread the jolliness. Welcome. It's a pleasure. It seems like a family reunion, right? Jude, Kathy B, Judy, Tony, and Reverend Dennis. What a pleasure. We just came off of a CEO space, and I think we haven't had a time to take a deep breath.
Yes.
What a week it was. It was phenomenal. And honestly, this is what it's all about. Life is all about helping each other, creating those, I call them jolly moments. And Kathy B, it was an honor to have a meeting with you in a room. Tony, I'm always marveled by your brilliance. Judy, I've never seen you before. I would love to know you better. And Reverend Dennis, oh my goodness, what a accomplishment. You have a career I think everybody needs to learn and know about. And we are here to support you. Jude, awesome. I love your presence. And my dogs are joining me in too. So please pardon me. Life, right? Life is full of life. I am Guinea Jolly, as my name suggests. For me, it's all about creating a circle of friends, which I can impart jolliness to you. Yes, I am the legal shield lady and ID shield lady. I help protect your privacy online, everywhere. And I also help you give affordable and accountable legal protection. Pleasure will be mine to serve you better, know each one of you even more closer, and have you as my close friends, and see what I can do to propel your business.
And Jude.
So hi there, everyone. My name is Jude Davis, and I joined CEO Space, I think back in 2012. I'd have to look. But anyway, since 2013, I have this card from Kathy B that we got, at one of the, oh God, what's it called? When you go around the room, and anyway, whatever. Where you put on the funny hats, what's that called?
The See Me card from Snap.
Snap.
Yeah. Anyway, I've got Kathy B Snap. Anyway, so we recently came back together. I am helping people, organizations, nonprofits, help bring in an abundance of funding. It has to do with the blockchain space, billions of dollar company and people involved, and whole big story, but bottom line, we all get paid every single day. And they've got 1,000 programmers, and we are their community, and they're paying us handsomely. One quick little story. I just got off of a call, a woman who is the first woman of the ranking, top rank. And her goal was to make $300 a day as a single mom, two boys. And she's in her 20s, and she just made the top rank. And she said, I'm going to disclose the money she's making now. It's crazy money. And she did it all in 5.5 months. This is, people can do their lives. You can do it passive. Yeah, it helps everyone. We all win. We're all so excited, and lives are being changed.
Well, I want to thank everybody for coming on. And I always like to open with a quote. And if you have a favorite quote, please share that. Mine is, now faith is a substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. That's from the Bible. So, Reverend Dennis, you might know where it is, but I think is it Corinthians?
Yeah, it's pretty close to Corinthians. Yeah, you're right on.
Jude,
Yep.
Judy, do you? Oh, go ahead, Tony. You have one? Do you have a quote? Anyone else have a quote?
I can, yeah, I have one that I use. One of my mentors taught me this years ago. The content of your life is the curriculum of your evolution.
Very nice.
My quote actually comes from my son, and he said, "Be the man who you needed."
Oh,
That's great.
What a profound one. That you needed. Wonderful. Wow, Reverend, coming from you. And thank you, Kathy B. You started a beautiful.
anyone
beautiful.
have a quote they'd like to share?
I've got a new favorite.
Okay.
And it's, you can tell more about a person by what he says about others than you can by what others say about him.
Wow.
Mm.
Love it.
Mm.
Jude, go ahead.
Yeah, so this is from Harvey. You have not because you ask not.
Oh, yeah.
And faith without words is dead. Faith is some things to hope for, kind of like, your thought there. And write the vision and make the plan. Anyway, it was a great event by Steve Harvey.
Steve Harvey. Guinea?
Jude, I love your background. And my eyes are going there again and again on the carving here. I will share, when you ask for the quotes, I have my own file where I store wonderful quotes, which I feel propelled every day. But one quote, which is my life mission, was a little note which I found in my father's briefcase when he died suddenly in an accident. And his dead body was flown from Tanzania back to India. I opened his briefcase, and in that briefcase was a little handwritten note. And it was a quote which said, "Birth of every child proves that God has still not lost hope in humanity."
Wow.
Not lost hope in humanity. And with that, my father was a very progressive thinker. He was always ahead of his game. He always read a lot. I grew up, he was reading to me Khalil Gibran's books. I mean, that's the kind of a father I had. I was one of those lucky girls. But his note, and along with that note, it also had a $20 US bill. I was in India. No idea I will ever come to US at that time. It wasn't in my dreams, Jude. It wasn't there. But that note is the one which has evolved into what Guinea Jolly is doing right now, about my foundation, everything I do, I go back to the note. God has still not lost hope in humanity. So let's be advocates of ourselves and our kids and our future of everything which we hold dear and near to us.
I so needed that today. I really did. I had one of those bad dreams, but it was one of those profound dreams. And I needed to hear that because the dream's theme was real quick. If we don't love each other, we don't start showing that love. The dream showed me what could happen.
Mm.
So that's given me that urgency to be that heartfelt business and sharing love with everybody and seeing something good in everyone. And that's why this is important for me to do these on Saturdays, because I want you guys to grow your business and I want to be a part of it and I want to help you. And with that, the quotes, Tony, thank you again. We're going to have you, I'll read a little bit about you. Is that okay? And you know what's funny? I went to your website and I was looking for, bio. I didn't see that. I went, okay.
What was the quote about someone who talks about himself, versus...
You made it harder on me, buddy.
Thanks, Tony.
Tony, Judy stole it from your website.
Well, I pieced together. Tony is a #1 best-selling author and the founder and co-founder of 5 companies ranging from customer experience, consulting to small businesses, training to his virtual center and community online. So basically, that's what I came up with. But see this right here, all the different things, the heartfelt thing going on too. And I didn't get a chance to see your virtual community presentation. And so you're going to share that with us now. And I am grateful. I'm so grateful. If everybody wants to mute so that we don't interfere or hear anything, I've got a buzz in the background here. So I'm going to mute myself as well.
Yeah, so thank you very much for Kathy B for this opportunity. It's a opportunity and I guess a blessing to be able to share this. I actually came into CEO space on Tuesday. I was like unprepared because I had so many other things I was working on, and so as I'm sitting there, we're going into the mastermind sessions. I'm like, what am I going to ask for? What am I going to share? Because I hadn't thought about. I've been so focused on my presentation and the other things I was giving. And so all of a sudden it struck me, well, I got to tell people about the spark. And I've been living in this world, if you will, since last summer, creating this idea with some partners of mine. And so it's so much a part of who I am right now and what we're doing that I just kind of forgot that no one else has actually seen it yet. Because the last time I was at CEO Space was last April, before we conceived the idea. And so just, it's funny how your world shifts so quickly. And, so I was able to invite people in. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take you on a tour kind of over my shoulder, if you will. I have an avatar in the space. I'm actually going to walk through. So I'm going to turn my camera off on Zoom just so I don't have too much delay or latency. But you'll be seeing the campus exactly as I see it on screen, or as if you had your avatar here and we're on screen. And if you want to, at some point, to actually get into the campus with an avatar of your own, a little character of your own, and to walk through and to experience it in person, it's an entirely different experience than on Zoom, but this will give you a good idea. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. Okay, so this is the Spark. It is actually a virtual world. And over here to my left is Vinnie Rebus. He is one of my partners and the CEO of the Spark. And you can see him waving there. He is actually on campus. I didn't want him to jump on Zoom. So if you hear him, actually, let me make sure I shared my sounds correctly on Zoom here, just so you can hear. Share sound. Okay, can you hear the background noise now? Can you hear the birds? Yep. Okay, perfect. Vinny, go ahead and talk so they can hear you.
Hi,
You guys can hear that?
welcome to the Spark.
Hi, Vinny.
So what we have here is a virtual world, and I have an avatar, and I'll just give you a view of my avatar quickly. So I'm wearing my purple shirt like I'm wearing here in person, and I just changed that out before you guys got here. And what we have is essentially there's a campus here with a number of buildings that we can go through, and I'll walk through some of them and show you some of the capabilities in that. But I really want to talk to you before we really get started. Like, what's the point of this? Well, back when COVID hit, Vinny's in the entertainment industry, music industry, and the TV industry, and that. And when COVID hit, Vinny came to me and said, we both live in Nashville, as a sidebar. He said, I want to create a virtual conference and really help the musicians out, really help them to make it through COVID when we thought it was going to be 1 or 2 months at that point in time, right? And so he actually runs a company called Indie Connect, and he was a CEO Space chapter president for many years. He's actually the one that brought me into CEO Space. Then he went on to do his own thing. Yeah, he's a phenomenal connector in that. And so he had created the first virtual music conference, worldwide music conference in 2013, way before this type of technology was available. And, it was successful at the time in that, and we're kind of waiting for the technology. I was on the sidelines with it, helping with the experience part of it, but he was really waiting for like the next level of technology to come out. Well, when COVID hit, it was like, let's just do it now. Right. So we brought together Vinny actually brought together the team. I don't want to take credit for his work. Brought together a team of different individuals. One of our partners is from Brazil. 3 of us are in Nashville here, but we all have different industries that we're a part of. And Vinny was like, I really want to put this conference on this, that we can bring musicians in, they can perform, they can get paid, all of that. Like, we want to help the industry out. And so we start looking at platforms, and to have a platform where you could have thousands of people show up, that wasn't Zoom, that was like actually interactive, where you had characters and you could do things, it was costing minimum $50,000. And to put that kind of money out on the front end, realistically, we probably would have paid close to 100 or 125,000 for a 3-day event. And none of us were like, we can't exactly put that money out on the front end here for what we're trying to do, because we don't know that it's going to come back, but we want to do this thing. And as we looked around, we found a platform. And literally as we were negotiating day after day, the price went up every single day. It was like the stock market. And they finally hit a point where we're like, you know what, there's enough challenges with this platform that we're not going to pay that much money for it. And I had been talking with a friend of mine who's been in the virtual space for a long time, and she's a virtual assistant, runs a virtual assistant company. And she said, well, check out this platform. And this is actually called Verbella. The platform that we're on is called Verbella. It's run by eXp Realty. They didn't create it, but they're the ones that funded the creation of it it's been around for over 10 years now. It was designed by an organizational psychologist who said, eventually we're going to be in a remote first world. He realized this over 10 years ago, and to start developing the platform. And from there, eXp Realty, is my understanding, they either purchased the rights or they brought them on board, but they now own it, and then they're spinning it off as Verbella. And so we went to Verbella and said, we want to create a campus. We don't just want to host one event. If we're going to invest this much, we want to create a campus of our own that we can do something with and create our own things. And so that's what we did. We actually have licenses and then customized it to meet our needs. So that's a little bit of the background. The whole emphasis was to help the music industry. We ended up actually having that conference. It ended up being in November. We did a 20-day business conference, if you want to call it that. It's 20 days of business speakers, a lot of them from CEO Space, a lot of others that I've known over the years, a lot of people that Vinny knew over the years. We did that in October as our grand opening. So we had people coming in here every day for 20 days, listening to speakers, networking, getting to understand what this platform's all about. November, we focused on the music industry, and now we're actually expanding to a lot of other things, which we'll probably talk a little bit about. But let me get you through the campus so you can begin to see what is possible here. And really, the whole essence of this right now is, you could look at this and say, well, this is a great place to hold a conference or hold a meeting or hold a network event, and that's true. But honestly, I look at this as a place for us to transform lives, because we can do so much more here than almost any other platform out there. And I'll try to demonstrate some of that as we go through here today. So I have my avatar, and I can just literally, with my arrow keys, all I'm doing is right, left, straight, back, all of that. And I can turn my avatar around so you can see how easy it is just to walk through here. Now, this board here to the left is an example right here, which I click on the magnifying glass and it zooms it right in. This here is basically a board that I can do at the very bottom of my screen here. You'll see I can do a web camera if I want to. Let me save this because I want to come back to that. So whoops, go back there. So I can do a web camera just like you're doing on Zoom. Now you can see me on campus. And I'm still looking through the eyes of my avatar. So here's my avatar and I'm backing away and I can walk away and I'll still be on camera there and I could talk to Vinnie through the camera there. So I am looking through my avatar's eyes, as you can see on screen, but I'm on camera. So we're going to show you why this is so important later. I could also share my screen with this one down here, but because I'm on Zoom, Zoom gets a little funky with it. So I can't do both at the same time. But it's just like sharing your screen on Zoom, like I'm sharing right now. And so you'd basically see that. I can upload a file if I want to here. I can go to my desktop and upload something and put a picture out there if I wanted to. And then if I want to, I can also go to and use this as a website. And I can pull up, I can interact with this. So it's fully interactive. And we could go through my website here and everyone that's around me can actually be seeing and I can be telling them what I'm doing. So I'm going to go back to the main screen here. So, but that's an example of a board. Now these other boards here are interesting because these are just static. Now we could put a GIF up there or a GIF, one of those animated photos if you want to, so we could have different sponsors cycling through here as an example. But if I click on here, can you see the other web browser that it brought up? Okay, so if you think about this is a web browser. We have it pointed at a specific picture right now with a URL, but I could set this to be my website. I could set this to be an Amazon book, book on Amazon. I could set this to be any e-commerce, and someone could be conducting e-commerce right here on their desktop while they're in the universe or in the world. And no one else would see them putting in their credit card information or anything else because it's being done on their own computer. No one else can see this particular window pop up on the thing. So Vinnie could be doing it over there. And I think he's just standing there and actually he's conducting e-commerce on his own computer, totally secure because it doesn't go through our world. It goes through the actual internet, the normal browsers. So just to give you a couple quick examples of what we can do, but essentially whatever you think you can link or upload, that's possible on these boards. And this is just our welcome center here. And if anyone has any questions as we go through this, go ahead and unmute yourself and let me know. Now you'll see a lot of places, I'll show you this right here. You'll see a lot of places around campus. We have chairs, so you can actually just click and you sit down. And if Vinnie wants to come and join me, I'm not sure. So you see the blue circle around this table right there, those dotted blue lines. Anywhere you see a blue haze or a blue dotted line, it's actually a privacy zone. And only the people within that privacy zone can actually hear. So right now, Vinnie has no idea what I'm saying. He can't hear me. And if he were to talk, I wouldn't be able to hear him. But the moment he crosses that blue line, he'll actually hear what we're saying and I can hear what he's saying. And so these are very nice for, we've got privacy zones all over here. So you can sit down and have private conversations with people. And I mean, could you imagine something like this, that CEO space where you just grab someone, it's like having the pit and you run off to the corner or you run off to your room to have a conversation? That's exactly what this can do. And we have I don't even know what number. We have probably almost 100 tables that you can do that at in this environment here. So I'm going to take you into, we have a multitude of auditoriums in different rooms. I'm going to show you a few of them so you get an idea of what it's like. So once you get up here on stage, I have this presentation tool pop up here at the very bottom. So any presenter walks up on stage. Let me pause that. It automatically kicked in the video. Any presenter gets this. And again, you have your webcam capability. You could share your screen. You can upload a file like a PowerPoint or a PDF or whatever you want to upload, your logo. It doesn't matter. And so if you take a step back for a second, you can see there are 3 screens up here. Remember Super Teaching? Any of you ever go to Super Teaching with in person with Bernie? Where you could have all 3 screens up here. So a lot of times what we'll do is if we have one presenter, the presenter might be on the center screen with their web camera on, their slides might be on the left or on the right, and then they might have something else on the other screen, right? So you could use all three screens and engaging people that way. Or we've also done it where we can have 2 or 3 speakers and all of them are on camera, so the audience can see all of their faces as they're engaging with one another. So it's really beautiful, the capability we have here. And you walk over here. Oops. Now we've got a lot of other capabilities, so I'm going to turn around here so you can see the audience. And we can actually, one of the coolest pieces here, sorry, my Zoom controls are in the way. Give me 1 second here. Okay, now we go. So we've got stage controls here. And so I can dim the lights so we can change the ambiance if we want to. I can also mute the audience so no one can talk as I'm giving my presentation to kind of control the environment, or I can let them talk. If I turn this way, you'll see I've got 4 chairs on each side of the stage. I can make them disappear, or if I want to have a set of panelists, I can make them appear. I can actually go sit over here in this chair, and now I'm sitting in a chair. And you can see. And then I can turn on privacy zones. So if I do that, I'm going to walk out here so you can see them. You can see there's little blue rectangles around every 4 or 5 seats. So now those 4 or 5 people can talk to each other and have a little workshop session or whatever you want to do, and they're not disturbing anyone else. So it allows you to have those capabilities. And Vinnie had to step out because he couldn't hear what I was saying because I turned on the privacy zones. So we turn those off. Here we can actually force everyone to sit down when they walk in the room so that they're not milling around and all of that. And this, I think, is the most beautiful part of this. I can change the size of the room if we can go down to about 160 people, I believe, in this front section here. And that's the smallest part of the room. And we can expand this out to over 900 people. And so it's a beautifully flexible space. You see on the wall here where it says the Spark, you can see over here where we've got Sound Royalties. It's one of the companies that was a sponsor for one of our events here. All of these, and then, I don't know if I can see it from this angle here. Yeah, and then along the top up there, all of those could be sponsors that you could sell the space to and generate revenue off of that for your nonprofit or your business. And again, all of these are clickable. So if I were to go over here, I could click and you could put up a website, you could put up an e-commerce site, you could, whatever it is, you can have it, or it could be something that you wanted them to download as an example. If you want a form or a survey, or you could do gamification where people have to click on certain boards and do certain things and they get certain points. And then, so there are a lot of capabilities, whatever you can imagine, we can probably do in this environment. And one more thing I want to show you in here real quickly is, of course, I'm going to run to make it faster here. If I can, I bump into the walls. So I'm going to run up here to the very back, because one of the things that people often say was, well, I can't really see the screens from there, right? So as an audience member, I have these controls up here, which allow me to zoom in to whichever screen I want to look at, or to zoom out to the whole stage, or to zoom into the speaker. And so there is not a bad seat in the house. You can have 900 and some people in here, and every single one of them can see perfectly what's happening. And if you imagine that you have the avatar or multiple people on stage talking from the avatars, you might have a video, the web camera on, you might be playing a video, you might have your slides up here. So the possibilities just expand and expand and expand. And then as an audience member, I can also raise my hand and see if I can get this to work. I'm going to turn around and look at my own avatar now. And you can see that hand above my head. So when I talk, you see the bubble. And so that you would know I'm talking. The hand, if anyone in the audience raises their hand, that lets you know that they have a question, and then you can address them. There's also a chat box down here where you can type in, hi, Vinnie, or I could actually go type Vinnie a private message. I just go up to his thing here and I send private message, and I say, hi, Vinnie, in the private message, and only he gets to see the private message over here. or I can go to the public and everyone sees the public chat. So you could have a public chat going on just like you do in Zoom, and people will be putting questions in there for your speakers. You have a moderator helping facilitate that. So you've got all those capabilities plus, if you think of it that way. So let's run back down here and see where Vinny's at. He may have fallen asleep, I'm not sure. Whoops. Here's another cool thing about the space. You saw how Vinny just backed up there? People actually practice like distancing personal space in here, even though you're not actually present. So if I walk up to someone, I get too close, a lot of times that person will, now Vinny's not gonna do it, but a lot of times people will back away because they feel almost like this sense of being too close to someone. And so if we have a group of people talking, the group will expand and they'll keep backing up and the circle will get bigger, just like if we were in real person. Those same human characteristics and traits really come through.
And I guess the CEO space question is, what can we do to support you?
Well, at this point, really, we're looking for members, people that want to jump on board and become a founding member. We're looking at conferences that want to actually use this space. And it doesn't even have to be a big conference, like 1,000 people. It could be, hey, I've got 25 people that I want to bring on here once a month or once a week. And we can negotiate and say, what would the right thing be for that? And how do we help you, make that cost effective? Whether it be through sponsorships or whatever else it may be. So we're really looking for people to bring in here to populate this place. Like I said, it could be just something for a couple hours a day, one day a month, or a couple days a month, or it could be something that's much bigger than that. So if you look at it from there's kind of 3 categories. There's co-working. How do we work together? How do we come here and do business here? Because we'd love to have this be a thriving campus where there's hundreds of people. Like if we were to look out here, I'd love to see hundreds of people running around campus doing business together on a day-to-day basis. That's what I would love to see from a co-working. Then there's conferences, where people come here for the conferences. They're here for a couple days at a time. They go back, and do their business elsewhere. And then there's concerts. And that's where we're actually bringing entertainment and musicians and, but it could go broader than that. We could do, art galleries and all kinds of stuff like that here as well. So if you know of someone who can't do their business in person and could really benefit from an environment like this where they can do it virtually, we would love to chat with them. That's the biggest ask right now.
Okay, well, I'll put my thinking cap on.
Thank you.
So Tony, everybody chooses their own, just like in Oculus or any other game. We play sometimes as a family. You can choose your own dress code and the own hats.
Yeah. So
Kathy B can have her own hat.
Yeah. So we can
Profile,
go to.
okay.
I'm going to go to the changing room here.
Yeah.
And I can change myself out. I can change my hair. So we'll mess with Vinny when I go back out there. Let's see. Oh, we definitely got to do a mustache. Oh man, it changed my hair to exactly the same color. We got to go back to the blonde. And then we can even do skin tones.
Ooh. Ooh.
So, and then you've got all the options, you can change your clothes to different outfits. Let's see. Let's go with that one. I can put a jacket on or a vest on.
So can you become skinny right away and lose 20 pounds and 30 pounds?
we actually, so we have only 2 body types, male and female, basically.
Okay,
right
so
now.
there you go.
Yeah, so that's me as a female.
Okay.
Yep.
You as a female wear a hat?
Actually, yes. And they have different options, which I don't think is fair,
The color of the hat?
Yes, you can. Kathy B, you can change your dress code every time you get in.
Oh, wait, here, Kathy B.
That's the Red Hat Society, see?
We don't have a bright red hat, unfortunately, but maybe we get them to add that.
Yeah, because they would be wearing, and if it's their birthday, they wear a purple hat and their outfit is red. But if they're just regular red hat and purple outfit. So that honestly, and I'll talk to you later about some stuff. That's a pretty red, but it wouldn't for the hat. Oh, okay. Yeah, see?
There you go.
The
Now
kids
let's go
are
mess with Vinny. Let's go find Vinny and see what he
Yeah, let's
thinks.
find Vinny.
Yeah. He
That's
ran away. It's a Kathy B, I like your endorsement. Yeah, I like the color too. It's nice. Yay!
Oh no, Vinny!
Yeah,
Vinny
we,
left the campus. He's
oh,
gone.
Is there-
because
is
Tony
there a
came with the
way-
high heels and the hat. Tony, yeah, he has to hide away from you.
That's right.
Is there a way to find people or do you have to look for them?
There is a way to find people. So I don't know if I can look at myself this way. Let me have to turn this off. There we go. Okay. So there's two ways to find people. One way is with this magnifying glass here. I can click on that and it'll show you everyone in the world. And so like right now, it just says I'm in the room I'm in is the campus, but it would have other rooms potentially listed out here if we had other people. Or the other way is if you look up here, I'm the only one listed right here, but anyone that's in the same vicinity as me. So like in the open public area of campus, or if I went into a classroom, anyone that's there would be listed here in the same immediate space as me. And in that case, I could click on their name and you can't see it here, but let's say Vinny was here. I could click on Vinny's name right here and it would pop open and there would be a little go-to. If I click that, it would put I'm kind of letting you imagine it. It would put a blue arrow between me and Vinny. I would walk directly to Vinny.
Right there. Okay. Okay. Makes sense. Yeah.
I love
Or I
it.
could run there.
Uh-huh.
Oh, fun.
This is so cool. On
Tony,
so level.
this is suiting you, this red and the high heels, right? Kathy B. We transformed him. He's
I
all
was
the time he's
transformed,
been
yes.
telling us transformational experience, right? So-
That's right. Here, let me do this. Let me do a screen capture of this so everyone can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, transformational experience, Tony. I mean, we need to give you back in your own experience. And Kathy B, you made it the right choice. We love it. The hat and the color and everything. Love it.
I want to thank you for doing this. And you gave us this is only one of your projects.
Yes.
This is your baby, right? This is the one that you're looking at right now, right? That we can help you
Yeah,
with.
this is the one I'm working on right now. I still have all my other customer experience work going, but this we created in order to help more people so
Okay.
that they could have, I mean, if you think about, I really look at it not as customer experience, but human experience. So many of us, I'm an introvert. I don't mind being behind a computer screen. I feel very good this way, but I can see what's happening for a lot of other people. And one of the things that we were not expecting, but we were very, very grateful that we've seen it is that when people come into the campus, they're laughing, they're having fun, they're connecting. I mean, you heard what happened amongst all of you as I'm going through campus and just changing my outfit there, right? We didn't expect that. We didn't know that would happen, but that is one of the greatest blessings that we've seen come out of this is people are like, this is amazing. I feel like I'm in person with people again. And so that's one of the pieces. And we don't look at this as, well, COVID's going to end and this is just a temporary thing. This is actually the future of how people are going to be engaging and working in that. One of the other things that we didn't talk about is if you think about it, we could actually connect with anyone in the world. I don't need to send people a Zoom link. They could just get onto the campus and walk in just like you're walking into your local coffee shop, but it could be from anywhere in the world. And you could meet people from all over the world in this space. And that's one of the things that we see as advantageous, basically shrinking the world and making it easy for people to bump into one another, kind of create that friction that really creates creative ideas. So that's part of where the spark came from as well. That friction of bumping into each other in a coffee shop or, in a local marketplace. And you're like, oh, I got to share an idea I had with you. That's part of what Spark is named for. So that's what we want to do.
Well, I want to write down that, I'm going to take another step for you. This is your big dream. And so I want to, I'll sign up. I want to sign up to take the virtual. I'm going to commit to that, to signing
Okay.
up. And then by that, all the ideas are just flowing. But my commitment to you for my next Saturday, even if you're not here, I'm signing up. Okay. Because it's
Okay.
fantastic. So I am going to do that. And I can think of so many uses for it, but we'll talk on that because I do music and all that kind of stuff too. And then, yeah, so yeah, this
Yep.
is cool. Okay, so that's my commitment to your project. Anyone else can offer or have something they can work on with him, or anybody want to sign up and try it, or anything, anybody else that's on the call here? Explore it.
Judy, you're mute.
I'm definitely going to go and get the experience. And I've got a lot of people in my head right now that I would like to share the experience with.
Excellent.
And,
Yeah,
and
go
I
ahead.
do a lot. Guinea and I, this lady I don't know up here, Guinea and I do a lot on LinkedIn, and that platform would beg for this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and we have a monthly event, which is really becoming extremely popular. And Tony, I just send you an invite there, because I want to have a one-on-one cup of tea with you. We can have a virtual tea there. Let's explore. I mean, it'll be our pleasure
Definitely.
to help you, assist you, and share this with the other people. I mean, definitely I can. So many people, let's talk about unlimited ones, right? The campus can grow. You can make more campuses, right?
All
So
we need to do
fill
is
up
add
the campus,
servers.
which you already have right now. Let's fill it up, and then we'll talk further more.
Exactly.
And this is the first, although you were offering it at CEO Space and the pit, by the end of the day, I personally was so exhausted, didn't want to sit in front of a computer anymore. So I'm grateful to Kathy B. Thank you.
Yes,
She just invited, and thank you. Honestly, she's the one who's a catalyst of, really
Yes.
making it happen. Thank you. And our dear friend Reverend Dennis and Jude, it's a pleasure. And thank you, Judy, for knowing you now.
Before we leave, we've got just a little bit of time. We're gonna end this at 1. And what I want to do is I want to hear from everybody your big dream. And one way we can help you this week or for the week or now. And Guinea, I'm going to start with you because you were last. Big dream. What is your big dream?
My big dream. Oh my goodness. Kathy B, it is happening every minute of my life, every second of my life. I'm a big dreamer, always have been, always will be, because I really believe in the human potential to be unlimited. My dream is to continue making my circle bigger and bigger and to serve the humanity. I'm there to serve humanity. And I want to literally, every day I get up in the morning, I want to impact more people, millions with my happiness, attitude, jolliness. That's the reason Judy and I become very good friends about health and wellness. I always talk about that because that's my core value. And third is the financial freedom. Yes, I have experienced that American dream. Yes, Legal Shield is one of the hats I wear to make it happen. And Jude, we need to talk because crypto currency and Bitcoin is a big conversation on our dinner tables every day. My kids are big into that. My older son had started talking about us about Bitcoin when nobody had heard about that. He bought it at what Tony will laugh, $20-$30 a piece. So you can imagine. So I'm here to serve you. I'll invite all of you to become a part of our Judy and I, my platform once a month. Unleash your free spirit. Come and join us there. We will love to help you support. And yes, I would love to have a conversation. And if you don't have a shield around you, just like to be in Tony's space in the spark, right now, you need the shield more than ever to visit these places virtually because your information is at very big, at a very fast pace before you can imagine it. So I'll love to have that ability for you to look at a little shield around you with my eyes. That's all. Thank you, Kathy B, for letting me have that.
You're welcome. And if you'll put your information about your event in the chat room, how people can get a hold of you to go.
Thank you. We will do that. And that's Judy and I do it together. Okay. We are wonderful partners in crime there.
Jude, I'm going to ask you next to your big dream and then how we can serve you.
Okay, well, first of all, I wanted to mention to Tony that, I was thinking of conferences that I have gone to that, of course, are no longer happening because of COVID. And, something like this, even when COVID isn't happening, the rooms that you have, the privacy you have is like, it's brilliant. It's really brilliant. What I do have a question. You said you had to rent a space in order to get the affiliate program. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
typically what we want is people who want to be part of the affiliate program to commit in some way. And if an office isn't right for you, we can talk about what that would be. But rather than, we've had a lot of experiences with people doing joint ventures and that kind of stuff, and just like running out there and not having the values or not using the program themselves.
Right.
And so we really say, if you're going to be an affiliate, we want you to be part of this. We want to help you, and we want you to be able to help others.
Okay, cool.
So yeah.
We got a great demonstration. Do you have some sort of a video explaining all this, kind of to let people know what it is?
We have some short videos, and I've done some Facebook, like the other night when I took a tour through, I did a Facebook Live. So there are some of those resources. If you have people that you want to bring through, what we actually recommend is have them let us know. We can set them up and then just bring them through. When they have the experience themselves, it's so much more powerful. So we're happy. You tell us, hey, I want this person to bring through. I think they might have an event or might have something. Then we'll just document where it came from and help bring them through so they can get to experience it.
Okay, cool. Exciting. Okay. My big dream is to, I'm Hey Jude. I take a sad song and make it better. So I want to bring people happiness and to help them create their dreams. I want people to be fulfilled instead of like, oh, COVID, I lost my job. I can't see people. I'm home alone. Anyway, so yeah, that's my big dream of much more happiness and jolly people in the world.
How can we serve you this week?
How can you serve me? Let's get together and, for one-to-one and, learn more about each other. If we all put our contact information in the chat, we could accomplish that.
Okay. Very, very good. And I actually, I'm videotaping it, so I'm going to put it over. I'll email you guys and let you know it'll be on Facebook. I have a Facebook room, so site page.
Great.
Judy?
Awesome. Thank you. And it's so nice to have almost a namesake here with me, Jude. That's my nickname. So I don't get to see many Judys anymore. So great meeting you.
Thank you.
I guess my dream is that in my family, there has been a lot of heart disease, heart attacks, diabetes, strokes, and we've lost a lot of people. And so I've made it my dream to actually prevent and reverse heart disease and strokes. And I feel like I've discovered the secret. So none of my family is on medication. None of my family has any symptoms. We've been able to accomplish that, in my network. And I am expanding my network, around the city, around the country, and around the world. So, I just am looking for people to talk to let my secret out, really.
Love it.
And I'll put my information in the chat. I've got everything in there. I just copy and paste. I have my YouTube channel because I do recipes on YouTube. And there's a lot of health and wellness videos on my YouTube channel. So please subscribe. That's another request that I have. Subscribe to my YouTube channel because I want to get up to thousands of whatever they are on YouTube. I don't even know. I know LinkedIn really well, but I don't know YouTube. So
Subscribers.
subscribers, thank you.
Dennis?
Well, my story is quite a bit different than everybody else. I had a work-related accident that kind of started my venture, and I was put in a wheelchair, and the Holy Spirit brought a invention to my head because I'm an inventor. I'm a retired aerospace engineer. Kathy B was gracious enough to do a video for me on my beds that got me out of a wheelchair. Well, I did a lot of research. I became a minister since then, and I've gone around to a lot of third world countries, and I've seen problems that the United States has, as well as some of the other countries. And one of those problems is homeless people. Well, God sent me a formula, and now what I am doing, I have created a company. We recycle and reclaim styrofoam, plastic, and fiberglass that is going to our landfills and going in our oceans and going in our rivers. And I have created a formula that now builds tornado-proof houses, hurricane-proof, typhoon-proof. They do not burn. They're insulate 50 R factor. Termites won't eat them, and bullets won't penetrate through.
Ooh.
We have already had it house tested in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. In 2011, they had a Category 4 tornado, 240 miles an hour. The whole town was wiped out except for the house we put there.
Ooh.
So now I have created this company. I've got 5 states that want to expand me into their states, including one of the hardest hit places in the entire United States of America, Joplin, Missouri. The same tornado that hit Tuscaloosa went up to a Category 5 when it hit them. I have a meeting with their Chamber of Commerce on Monday. I'm in Northeast Oklahoma right now. I'm setting up my corporate office, my first plant, and I've got connections in Panama that are going to be bringing all that styrofoam and plastic from the Pacific Ocean, and we are going to recycle it and start building houses. And the people that can afford these houses will pay for those who cannot. I've also got in touch with one of my board members is in Chicago, and they have an outreach to the Veteran Administration. And I am very much in supply and in agreement with helping veterans, because when our vets get injured, they go into a program called Wounded Warriors. Wounded Warrior pay doesn't kick in till 2 months after they've been taken out of the service. Well, they don't have any rental history because they've been on base, and they have no income. So they need a place. So we're setting up a 500 house neighborhood as number one. And what we're going to do is we're going to allow them to stay there for a full year to get themselves up on their feet. We'll have counseling, we'll have training, anything they want to get into, we're going to try to help them get on their feet. And I've gotten in touch with this lady, Kimmy, out in North Carolina, and she just bought out Tiny Homes for Humanity.
Oh.
So we're going to be putting a plant in North Carolina to service every need that she has to get our people off the streets and into affordable housing, if not affordable, free. I went to Grenada. Grenada has 0 people on the street. Everybody has a home. I've visited the Philippines. Every person has a home, no matter what class, no matter what income, they all have a house to go to. We need that in America, and that is my goal. I want to stop homeless people. We need to put them in a house that will not tear up. The joy of this is it's R factor 50. We use thermal induction for natural airflow, so the house stays 68 degrees no matter what the temperature is outside.
Wow.
And what I need is I need funding.
And Dennis, could you share how much it costs to build a small home?
Okay, we did a cost analysis for a 1,000 square foot home, just a moderate, basic, no frills, no anything, just a basic home. And we can build those homes for $65,000 in 1 week.
Ooh.
These blocks go up so fast, 4 trained people can enclose a house in 4 days. Complete, the roof all the way down.
Dennis, we'll talk later because I'm gonna, I told you about a website, I can do a lead page website for you so you can collect email addresses and let people know who you are and what you're doing and what you need.
Well, God is my guide, and He's going to bring me the people that I need. I totally believe God is going to do this for us.
I still am going to do that website for you because I believe people need to see what you need. So we're going to do that. I did it for the bed. He don't argue with me. He just knows we're going to do it.
I do not argue with Kathy. Kathy is I consider Kathy my sister.
He knows what's happening. I just need, we'll talk because I'll need pictures and things like that. But
Okay.
Thank you. Bless you, my friend. And then everybody, my big dream this week is we're making a movie. We are making a movie. And me being a singer, songwriter, and all that kind of good stuff. That's the big dream. Everybody has a big dream. That is mine because I want to change the world. I want to, give from these are things that I do from the heart. And I have many projects, but this is the one that I can see that I want to do. It's called The Christmas Toy. So it's a holiday movie. There's many, many things that it's already it was a musical, and I won awards with the musical in the 90s. And so basically now it's time for it to be a movie.
Today. Thank you for inviting us today. Really appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome. So welcome. Anybody else? You've got 6 minutes.
I just wanted to say also, Kathy B, I believe that we're put in places for a reason, and that it's up to us to follow up and make those connections. And I'm so glad that we were put in that room together.